Okay, so next one here we're looking at is 2016 11C Part A. You're asked what is the beneficial effect of the ozone layer. Okay, so it absorbs harmful ultraviolet radiation. Okay, and that has to be quite specific there. Next question, how is ozone formed in the stratosphere? Okay, so if we look here, okay, it's worth 9 marks. So you're looking really at hitting 3 points. You can either really state it in words or you can give the definitions by equations. So what we have is I'll just do it in words first. So high energy radiation. Okay, and that will get you your first 3 marks. Then it breaks oxygen molecules into 2 free radicals. Okay, and then these oxygen free radicals react with an oxygen molecule, so an O2, to form ozone. Okay, so 3 marks, 3 marks, 3 marks. You could also simply state it in equations. Okay, so the first one has to be there. Okay, but then my oxygen O2 splits into 2 oxygen free radicals, or you can write it as an oxygen free radical and an oxygen free radical, doesn't really matter. And then you're told that those oxygen free radicals attack an oxygen forming ozone. Okay, so again, the first 3 marks has to be there. Then your next 3 marks are for the equations if you decide to use the equations. If you're asked to describe using equations, you have to use the equations, but you're just asked here how is ozone formed, so it doesn't really matter there. Part 3 here then, you're asked CFCs release chlorine radicals when they photodissociate in the stratosphere. Describe using balanced equations why chlorine radicals are so damaging to the ozone layer. So here you have to give the balanced equations, okay? So I have chlorine, okay, and that chlorine okay, free radical, attacks an ozone, okay, and when it does that, it forms chlorine oxide, free radical, and oxygen, okay. That chlorine oxide free radical then attacks an oxygen free radical, and it forms a chlorine free radical and oxygen again. And if we look here, Cl free radical is formed, so chlorine free radical formed again, and you have to include the words chain reaction occurs. Okay, so again, 3 marks here for my chlorine free radical attacking my ozone, forming my chlorine oxide here, and oxygen, that chlorine oxide free radical attacks another oxygen free radical, forming another chlorine free radical. So this can continually happen. So you have to state a chain reaction occurs. Okay, again, you have to give the balanced equation for that one because you're asked to describe using balanced equations. Part 4 then, why are HCFCs significantly less damaging to the ozone layer? The reason why is because they're more reactive, so they are broken down before they reach the stratosphere. Okay.